Today, we are going to answer the question, should I leave my vent fully open or should I close it halfway? Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Kevin, and today we are answering this question. This question has been killing me for at least 10 years. All right. Now, I was raised with vent wide open on your exhaust chimney, but there's a lot of people out there that are 3/4 the way shut, halfway, and 1/4 shut. Today, we're going to find out, does that make a big difference? Before we get into the details of this experiment, I want to make sure you go over to comparisonCooking.com. That's right, any day now, it's going to be up and running, and I want to make sure you sign up for that newsletter because each week you're going to be getting great tips to better your backyard smoking. All right, you guys know the deal. The Facebook group, KINGSFORD Stockade 49-inch smoker and grill. This video came up. It was a different brand, but they kept the vent 3/4 the way closed. Now, why would they do that? I grew up with the understanding you're supposed to leave this wide open. All right, short answer. If you keep yours halfway closed and you make great barbecue, keep doing what you're doing. If you leave it wide open, keep doing what you're doing. Depending on your pit and the way it works, different methods might work a different way. The video I saw, the whole lid around the entire smoker came up. This is a piece that is just the front cover, so only this piece opens up. The other model I saw had a lot of air loss on that video. So maybe your smoker requires a smaller exit vent because there's already so much smoke loss, so much heat loss coming. That might be the case. The key you want to have is great food. How do you know you have great food? All right. Your friends ask you to cook for their kid's birthday. All right. They're texting you all the time. Hey, how'd you make that? That's how you know, no matter how you keep your vent wide open, halfway, no matter what, you're making great barbecue. And that's what you want to get to. For the experiment today, I have a full bed of coals going in the firebox. We're going to start off my method, which is wide open. We're going to let this come up to temp for about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to stick a thermometer in there, and we are going to let it run for 30 minutes. At the end of that, I'm going to close it down, put out that fire, and then we're going to start the process all over again with the smoke chamber halfway closed. All right, if we see a big temperature difference one way or another, we're just going to assume the next levels. If I closed it 3/4 the way, if I closed it only 1/4 the way. So we're going to do wide open and halfway closed, and we're going to see if there's any major difference, but the setup is going to be entirely the same. Let's get to it. Here starts experiment number 1. We have a chimney wide open. We are at, terrible lighting, not helping. Who is this guy? Comparison Cooking. That's just terrible. All right, $2.99. All right, close down, locked, fully loaded. That's the only vent we got open. We're gonna run the next experiment the exact same way. Minimal to 0 wind, maybe 1 mile per hour. Hey guys, when I say experiment, I mean this is me in my backyard. We don't have, NASA here with high-tech technology. We do have an Inkbird thermometer, which is awesome. I've been using it a lot, but this is something I've wanted to do for a really long time. I've never done this, and I'm just taking you guys along for the ride so I don't have to replicate the experiment. But I've wanted to know this answer for a really long time. Should I have it wide open? Should I have it halfway? But I use the term experiment from a science standpoint loosely. All right? You got me? All right. All right, we are at 35 minutes. Wide open, still at 308. 308 is right there in the middle. And let's see how we're doing. So we're actually 35 minutes in. There was a solid bed of coals in there, and it definitely looks like it's eating away. So one of the things I'm very curious to find out is having it halfway shut, is that going to slow the burn of the charcoal? That could be something that we discover just by trying this experiment. Let's find out. Experiment number 2, we have it halfway shut. It's 4 p.m. It's 2:22. So last time we started at 3 o'clock. We're going to end this one at 4:30, 4:35, do the eye test, all that good stuff. Same wind conditions, shut all the way down. So as you can see, we have a big temperature difference between 300, that was fully open, and now 222. So I'm very curious to find out, are we going to have a lot more charcoal left over at the end of this one? Let's find out. All right, we are 35 minutes in at the halfway mark. Temperature has been holding at 222. Temperature location probe, same exact spot. Let's see, big mystery. So charcoal, guys. All right, we're gonna have to talk about this because this is blowing my mind right now. All right, let's go over the notes. More charcoal here. All right, let's switch camera. All right, so halfway shut, just held temperature at 200 to 203 for a half an hour straight. No fluctuation. All right, wide open, I was at 300. It bounced up to 310. Then it would drop down to 285. There was a lot of fluctuation going on. With the half shut, there was no fluctuation. It just held steady. There is more charcoal left over also. So what does that mean? Obviously, there is less air being pulled, drawn out of this smokestack, which is creating a slower burn. So normally for 225 temperatures, I'd use a lot less charcoal and keep this wide open. And that would get me closer to 225. But here was a way to keep low and slow with a full basket of charcoal for an extended period of time, closing this damper shut. Now, this is painful for me because I am a wide open type of smoker. Now, why the difference? What does this mean? This isn't a really expensive offset smoker. When you're talking about $1,000 offset smoker, and in the case, the one I started off with, it was a $7,000 offset smoker. Towable, it was a beast, and I absolutely loved it. Thick steel. That steel was meant to be wide open on the exhaust vent. All right. For your less expensive, everyone's a little bit different. So for the past couple months, I should have done this experiment a little earlier. All right, instead of playing with how much fuel, I know I can use how much fuel loading it up. If I keep my vent wide open, it's going to run around 300. If I want to go a little low and slow, I can crank this halfway down. This is a tough pill for me to swallow because I like the idea of I don't have to fiddle with this. All right, I have to fiddle with my firebox. But for consistency purposes, I know exactly how much charcoal I need to put in there to get different temperatures now. So this is a nice way to figure out what's the best way to get that steady low and slow. It probably makes more sense than starting off with a lot less in your firebox and trying to battle to your 225. You can keep it full and damper down your exhaust vent. Like I said, I'm kind of upset because I've been doing wide open for so long, but now I'll admit it, I'm changed. For this inexpensive smoker that I have, thinner metal, I'm going to start cooking with halfway shut. Are you prepared to adapt your smoker to what needs to be done? Thanks for joining me on this experiment. I hope it helped answer some questions for you to try to experiment a little bit differently with your offset smoker. Don't forget, if you want to become a better backyard barbecue smoker, check out this playlist right here, and don't forget to check out this video right here. As always, you guys have been awesome, and I hope you're having a great day.